we are again. It's August 1st and I have quite the day planned of unboxing and showcasing products to you here from the smart home and tech industry that are all new, or at least most of them are new. There's some incredible opportunities for you to learn about products and just to see how or what you could do in your home. This package means I'm going to lose money on this video, but I am so excited for this one. I'll just do that for now. Okay. Oh, now the box is breaking. Get out of here. Oh, there was nothing left in that. This is the Samsung Smart Monitor M7, and I picked it up on Prime Day. It's a 4K smart monitor that can help you both connect directly to streaming services, plus it's SmartThings compatible, and it's actually a SmartThings dashboard or control interface. And it really starts to bridge that gap between monitors and computers in general. So this is, I would say, the second highest level of these smart monitors. We have the M7, M8, there's an M5 and an M3. So the screen is 32.5 inches, like I mentioned, 4K. Clearly just the stand here, or the neck for the stand. I think that's gonna go on the back, and then we're coming down here. Ooh, am I getting any other stand at all? That's not gonna sit on the ground. So I gotta mount this one? I don't know what's going on. Oh! Here's the stand. Pretty simple. I think we're just gonna be connecting in this bad boy. Probably wasn't supposed to do that yet. There's a little tightening screw here to get that all more rigid. I get an HDMI cable, which is going to help me obviously connect that up to my computer or another source. I get a power cable, no big transformer, so I like that. A USB-C cable, and here's the remote. It is incredibly thin. Because this is a smart monitor, it's not just intended as a PC monitor. It has, you know, a Netflix button, Samsung TV Plus, Disney Plus, Prime Video. I noticed a lot of pluses on there. There's a couple of little tabs right here on the stand, and then you just take this. This is a really easy mounting mechanism. Famous last words, but there you go. And now there's a couple of screws here. I'm mounted up. I've got to deal with the bottom mounting screw as well. Giving it the old screw. Doop, 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 doop. Bottom one. Yeah. Just touring around the panel, there's a bunch of different control buttons here at the bottom. Looks a lot like this remote, if I'm being honest. It's kind of forward tilted. There's about a -2 degree tilt, it says in the manual, and then you can tilt back about 22 degrees. Now, when we flip around this way, we have the 3 USB ports. Then there is an HDMI ARC port, an HDMI port, a second one. And then right here is a USB-C port, which they gave us a USB-C cable for. Now this powers 65 watts. So that's actually a really great option for those of you who want to power some other device, and it's using USB-C. And of course you have standard mounting capabilities right here if you wanted to mount this one. Ah, the sounds of monitors. Oh look, it's ASMR again.
2 simple options. How would you like to get started?
This one I bought again on Prime Day, and honestly, I'm using it right now. Not coffee, although I do like that coffee. This is the Sony ZV-1 or ZV-1, depending on where you live. Now, this was on sale on Prime Day. It guarantees that basically the entire business this month just maybe breaks even, depending on whether or not I pay myself. You get a ton of manuals with this. You get this crazy, it's called a dead cat that you put kind of on the front microphone if you're outside shooting. Plus you get a little charging cable. Not a very useful one, although because of my plans with this camera, that should be okay. Here's the battery for the Sony ZV-1. One of the biggest issues with this camera is its battery tends when you're charging to overheat the camera. So you can only get, I would say, a half hour to an hour of 4K footage going. That would be your best. But this camera, I have the white one taking the video right now, and it does these great 4K shots. It's easy to maneuver. It's easy to even put on gimbals, which I used recently to shoot a video with a Tesla, actually. And then, you know, the navigation, the menus, they're not very easy, but it does have this option for an HDMI out, so I can look at what I'm shooting. That's actually sitting right there next to me, and then I can charge it while I'm shooting. Plus there are just some amazing features. This is how I get almost all the great shots, but I needed a little bit of redundancy in my studio, so I got one of these and I got a new battery. Let's get it installed and working. And we do have a little charge on the battery. Great zoom lens, a couple of great features like the background defocus. Really love this camera. I really love how it shoots, and it's kind of the budget model for Sony's 4K cameras right now. I don't necessarily personally think that it's really worth it to go to that next level. So my plan with this one is to kind of hang it above lots of stuff. We're gonna use it for top-down shots, give you great 4K resolution. This should really help me to hide the camera a little more, because I keep seeing the white version in reflections on electronics. So that's the point of that. This I have been waiting for a very long time, and I'm not even sure when I'm going to be able to show it to you. But this is an incredibly exciting product from Aqara. There's a couple of things in here. How do I get into this? Oh, okay. What I have here is called the E1 track version of Aqara's new curtain driver. And this one over here is the curtain driver in a rod version. And this is a fantastic piece of news for us, especially for those of us that maybe didn't have success with what I'll call a very similar product from SwitchBot on this. So I'm gonna open up the rod version. I expect these will be pretty similar. Ooh, there's a lot of stuff coming out. Ooh, this is heavy. Guys, this is big, this is heavy. We've got a little bit of, you hear that? It's really rolling. There's a little button on here. And then these are obviously your hooks, where you're gonna kind of hook and move it along here. Now I think, if I'm reading things right, so you've got the rollers up here, and then this is gonna hook on here, and it's gonna go driving along. Now, I mean, the only thing I'll say is that is big. And although we wanna hear that in certain situations, guys, I don't know that everyone's gonna love that. Now, the manuals from Aqara are always very comprehensive, so you do love that. I don't know what this is, but I'll write it on screen right now. This would be a charging cable, and it is USB-C, so that's good news. And the charger is on the bottom here. There you go. Obviously that cable's not gonna be sitting there the whole time. Let's see, there's just so many little accessories. Oh, little clips. Take me to your leader. I am, these are alligator clips, man. Like, look at those claws. That'll kill someone. Okay, that's everything we got with these, but let's see what is in the track version. We're gonna see what we get with this one. I'm gonna assume a lot of the same components, but this box is much smaller than the last one. So again, same exact thing. This is exactly the same. One of the exciting things about this product from Aqara is, I mean, their hubs work with Apple HomeKit, so I'm expecting this to be compatible there. So that comes out, but this other side doesn't come out. So I guess if you only needed one, or if you want to turn it into some kind of transformer. Not touching, touching. I think I bought this one. Yeah, I did, I bought this one. All right guys, don't make too much fun of me. So this is a fruit and vegetable washing machine. I think it's got no connectivity, no compatibility, no nothing. Some powder. I get a little card. I get a little document. The manual is written in a language I do not understand. I do get a charging cable. It's USB-C to USB-A. Well, ladies, you tell me what that looks like. This is what happens when Brian buys stuff. This is the charging stand, written in a language I don't understand, but it does say 4,400 milliamp hours, so that's what we're gonna charge this thing to. Basically, it sits in there. You connect this, and then this thing more or less vibrates in a bowl, and then it's supposed to kind of take out all this extra stuff that's on your fruit and veggies. Ooh, I turned it on. Now, how good does it vibrate? Let's... Hey, come on. There's probably some warning like don't open it and touch it. The other thing is we got some screws here. I imagine those are gonna rust at some point. Not sure what to make of like this bronze. It's just a plastic, but I'm gonna try this thing. I'm gonna see what comes off the veggies and how I feel. I also thought that anyone entering in my home would have questions about what this is and be concerned about what I'm displaying on a kitchen counter. Depending on how long you've been around the channel, then you might remember this mug in an interview with Gareth or Gaz early on in the channel. We used to do home tours, and actually, you guys probably don't know this, but I'm helping another content creator with his channel. His name's Brandon, and we're doing smart home tours. So if you've never checked out a good smart home tour, he's doing great work. The link will be down below. Now, last month I had picked something up that was from this same company, or that's what I think I've got. Whoop. Double package. Rip. Uh-oh, wait. Triple package. And we're finally there. Now, you'll remember, Me Cool sent me the KA1, or the KA1 as I like to call it now. This is really different looking. The Me Cool now looks like it sits on top of your TV. Probably could sit on the bottom, but it includes a camera. Now this is an Android TV box, but there's a lot we can do here. Because it's the thing you're gonna have in your hand the most, the remote is one of the most important components. Now we can see a duo button That'll be very interesting long term because actually Google seems to be shifting towards Google Meet. The remote needs a couple of AAAs. Of course it has the Google Assistant on board, but this is a lot smaller than what I thought. Now it really is going to have to sit on the top of your TV. It's got an Ethernet port right here. Your HDMI ins and outs are sitting on the bottom here as well, and your power cable. So very small though, super small form factor. And if I'm reading my tea leaves right, the camera is buried in here, and I think it'll flip out. There's a mute microphone button on the top, and on the front we have both a call button and a power button. So this is a really different Android TV device, and I'm really excited to try this one. Inside of the box, we get our user manual and the power adapter here, plus an HDMI cable. You gotta love when you get the actual cable. There's a lot of little secrets inside of this thing. There's a little flip up here. This will be a catch that would sit kind of on top of your TV so it doesn't fall back. You also have the ability to mount this. So this is a really well thought out physical design. The only thing I've seen with the other MeCool box that I have, these lights on the front, they're the Google Assistant lights. When it's not connected to the internet, these sit and flash. So you wouldn't necessarily want that in your bedroom. And you know, I don't really tell people to put cameras in their bedroom anyway. As with just about everything that I get from this company, this is a budget option. This is called Wyze Scale X, and Wyze is telling us there's 12 composition metrics, and they're all essential. Now, considering I don't know anything about any of the 12, maybe they're not that essential. Pizza box. I hit the camera. Let's get the boring stuff out of the way. 4 AAA batteries, scale. Ooh, so shiny. My only concern with this is that I might have to show you how heavy I am at the moment. And when we talk about a scale like this, look at how shiny that is. I mean, you can see everything in here, so that's gonna be fantastic for you. But on the back, we have the 4 pads that are gonna make it sit level on your surface. I love the way this looks, and I'm betting there's a big, bright display there. So really, as with everything with Wyze, this is gonna be a pretty quick setup with their quick guide and the 4 batteries. Now, I've already noticed this really got stuck to my table when I pushed down on it. And actually, they tell you don't stand on the edges, and I can see why here. I mean, that's pretty normal for scales. But the other thing is you're gonna be able to have a number of family members calibrated with this scale. The only thing is, with most modern scales, you're not gonna have your socks on while you're doing this. So it's actually the most fun you can have with your socks off. Pretty sure I know what this one is, but you always gotta dig in. Of course, we're talking about the SwitchBot keypad that goes with the SwitchBot lock. 2 CR123A should give you a couple of years of battery life. I really like how these batteries feel to the touch, and I'm liking this is a little bit of a matte finish on this. All kinds of stuff in this. Here's our user manual. We got some wet wipes. That's to make sure wherever you're mounting this is clean. They got a little help key. I don't know what that is, but it's kind of like a credit card. Maybe I can buy anything from SwitchBot now for free. We've got a mounting plate. This is nice, it feels nice, and there's 2 pins back here. You can see those, and then basically that's what you're gonna get on. And then you're gonna go up like that. To release, you have to get in behind here. So that's usually with a pin, and they give you a little reset pin. So I'm gonna assume I'm gonna stick that in there. And I am seeing it, I'll show you in another angle here, but I am seeing it actually move the little piece that would allow you to unmount this. They give you a sticker for your mounting screws, that pin, and if you want, you can just mount it with the 3M tape. Not sure what the triangle is for. I remember SwitchBot sending that with something else. Your mounting hardware, and in case you need them, a couple of these little spacers. This is called the SwitchBot Keypad Touch. Now the difference, obviously, is the touch. I really enjoy the idea of this. Otherwise, it's really got the same specifications as the other model. So let's break into this. And by break, I mean open it. I do like the form factor for this fairly well. Like, it's not huge. It's not tiny either, but the honest truth is, as of now, and I'll write it in the video as we go here, I haven't had great success with the lock itself. Now I know there's a different version coming, but honestly, the lock hasn't been what I've needed it to be. This is an NFC card. So you only get one with these keypads, but I really do love that. So you can tap that on the front of this. Now, I don't remember the number of people that you can put into this for sure, but I think the number is 8 different fingerprints. And for me, this is the model I'm gonna use every time. You have the NFC card, plus you have the fingerprint, plus you have the code. You could set up all kinds of different codes in the app. So from a software perspective, this is a fantastic offering combined with the lock. Now, this is a smart gateway. It's a Tuya one, and this is actually my first Zigbee gateway that is supposed to work with the Smart Life app. I've wanted to delve into that a little bit deeper as I've seen some of their Matter compatibility discussions go on the Tuya side. This is a really simple product, but it actually has 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi on it, Zigbee and Bluetooth. So I should be able to connect a few products to this, and then we're gonna see what we can make happen. USB-C cable here, and I mean, not a lot else. We've got a hub with just about nothing on it. There's a little button on the back. Now they didn't give me a USB connector, so I'm gonna need one of those. And then otherwise, I'm good to start pairing things with this. It does allow connectivity to Amazon and Google, of course, and I wanna see if I'm gonna get a little more connectivity with this kind of a hub into SmartThings or into other hubs. So that's one of the reasons I'm getting this. The other reason is just pure old curiosity. And we all know that killed the cat. Sometimes I just buy my own stuff, and I went on AliExpress just the other day. It's a smart knob that really means a smart dial, which is a lot like the upcoming Flick device that's going to be released very soon. Now, it's Zigbee controlled or Zigbee connected. So we get a manual, a sticker if you'd like it, a mounting plate as well if you'd like it, and then we have the physical device. Now, it actually turns very nicely. It's a push button as well. So very simple, and it has a couple of feet pads on the bottom that makes it a little bit like it adheres to a surface. I'm actually excited to try and get this paired to a couple of other Zigbee hubs. I don't imagine this is gonna work with Amazon directly. There are 4 functions on this. So there's a single press, then there's the rotate, which in general should be dimming a light. Then there's the push and rotate, and that's kind of the feature that would put this on par with the flick button. And that's going to set the color temperature. Then there's a hold for 3 seconds. So if you just hold that for 3 seconds, it should allow you to cycle through some colors on lighting. The other questions are, Does this work with anything else? I have a tiny package in my hands, in my possession. I gotta stop talking. Whoa. That didn't go well. So this is called Cube Touch. Now the idea with this one is, well, I don't know. I don't know why I bought it. Maybe I didn't buy this one. See, I don't even know anymore what I bought, what I didn't buy, who I am, where I am. Oh, I know why I bought this now. Okay, so this is SwitchBot. It's not SwitchBot, but it's Cube Toy. Yeah, that's good. Okay, I think you're seeing why. Now this is Bluetooth 4.2. And basically there's a little charging port here that's USB-C. Okay, so right here, you can take these little attachments, and they're not, like, these are not high quality attachments, guys, but I can't get it back in. Oh boy, honey, I can't get it back in. Oh, I had it turned the wrong way. There is a way to turn this. Okay, so what's going on? So we got this little pusher. It'll do our pushing for us. That's nice, right? But one of the gaps that I've had with SwitchBot, and we talked about it in the interview with them, is, you know, I'd like to be able to push different things. Now, here's a really neat attachment that could maybe give you the ability to pull on something. So I'll let you see that one. That's not a big actuation distance, so I don't know what you've got in your home. I wish it had a little bit more range, but still really neat. And if I compare this with Tuya, even use this little nubbin piece here. This is the little guy. Yeah, tons of fun. Okay, and then I get some stickers for attaching this to things. It looks like I could actually attach one of these tiny little stickers to the ends of these, and then that would allow me to affix those to something and maybe move this instead. So all kinds of neat little options with this. This might be a really good purchase. Okay. Ooh. Let's go. What the? Now, I'm not a big headset guy, and that's because I have 5.1 speakers, but this is really interesting. Might give me a reason to put a set of headphones on my desk, or probably more likely for my little guy. Now, these are from, well, they say Newbie Z8. Yeah, I said Z. We've got a lot of accessories on this one, but what's great about this is it's a USB hub as well. 2 USB-C ports here and a USB port, plus RGB lighting on the top of this. This will go to your computer, your laptop, whatever you have. And then, okay, there we go. So this is kind of neat. I mean, you know, sometimes I just don't have faith when I open something up, and I just need to keep an open mind. Now, what do I do with this? Oh, it's just a gift. Look at that, I can put that on the back of my phone, so that's nice. Okay, it's just a gift, it just says gift. And then I've got the nice little glasses cleaner cloth, and it's a headphone stand. So I'm gonna go plug that in for my kid. He's gonna be over the moon, I think. And we'll see how it works. Part of the reason to me for this video is you get to see a little bit more of Brian, and actually I'm kind of silly and I don't show that much on the videos. I kind of put on a pro Brian persona or something like that, but I hope you're kind of getting to know me a little better as we go through these unboxings and showcases. And last month I stopped the video. I talked actually about comic books of all things, but I thought maybe a new topic might be a little fun. And I think this is one of the hardest things that's gone on for me in the pandemic. One of the things that's kind of been lost is something that I basically spent my whole childhood doing. So when I wasn't reading comic books, like I told you last time, I was playing a lot of different sports, and the sports and things like that have really shut down, and we're just starting to get some of the old clubs and the old things that as an adult you could do. Just some of that is coming back. That was kind of a lot of my social interaction outside of talking to you guys here on YouTube. I thought I'd open it up. What are you guys really seeing that was kind of lost through all of these lockdowns and the pandemic and just how things have shifted? It's time for a surprise. Got no clue what we got going on in here. Ooh. So today I have two cameras from TP-Link. Now, if you didn't know already, the Tapo lineup is kind of what they're gonna change to here within the North American market. We have two different versions. In our first camera, we're gonna get a quick start guide. Looks like a bit of a mounting sticker. We've got a power adapter with, of course, one of those little ends there. We've got some mounting hardware, so you can mount this one in a couple of different orientations. Ooh. Ooh, the sounds of tech. Okay, taking a first peek at this camera, I like the fact that the mount allows me to go all the way to that. So that's quite aggressive. You can obviously turn in any direction. The other thing is, pop this right out, I think. Yep, and I didn't even break it. So that might allow you to go somewhere else with this camera or to a different mount. Obviously, with your mounting hardware, you can mount that to the wall. Your power is coming in here. So if this is sitting like this or like this, you're coming in this way. And one of the nice things that, you know, a lot of camera manufacturers have done is they've tucked this into this stem here. At least a mic port on the front, a speaker on the back. Let's see how this baby works. One other thing about the mount is these little foot pads. Those actually make it pretty sticky. This one is just a straight on, it's 1080p, but it also says 1296p. The two features that I'm liking, that I'm seeing on here, is local storage and night vision up to 30 feet. Now, both of these say they'll connect with Google and Amazon, which is very important too. So this camera, it's pan and tilt, and really it's a lot of the same features and a lot of the same capabilities as this other one, but with that pan and tilt function. Mounting plate and mounting hardware. Adapter. And this feels very similar. There was a camera I showed a while ago from a company called EasyViz. It was the C6N, and this feels very, very similar to that. You get the rotation. I always love listening to that, although that one doesn't feel as smooth as some of the others. There is the micro SD card slot, which is that huge micro SD. I'm sure they have a cloud recording option, but you always like to see that. Now, when I tilt this, one of the things you'll notice is that camera lens is always showing. So there's no physical shutter here, and that is something that I tend to tell people, you know, you want to have a physical shutter on a camera that's going to sit inside your home. Now, the mounting hardware, this is where it's going to go on the bottom, so you could mount this in a couple of different orientations, and with that tilt, you could obviously get out there if you needed to. And I have always trusted products from TP-Link. They've always been very good to me. And although these are cameras that won't have the local control option, most of their products actually do have a local connectivity option and work with a lot of platforms. Get excited with me, people. I'm really excited just for that. So this is from the folks at Broadlink. Now, they have a starter kit here that they've sent us, and there's a mini hub, a smart bulb, and a scene switch. But what's interesting about the scene switch to me is it's battery powered. So we're not actually looking at having to install that. We will have to install the hub. Little tiny little manual here. They give me this many smart bulbs. So these are Bluetooth and it's 4.0 and above. So I'm gonna start with the smart switch because I think that's the most interesting part here. Testing for sound quality. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 dots. I can open the whole thing. Look at that back, that's kind of neat. That's just a CR2430 battery. Honestly, the buttons feel really nice. There's 4 different buttons there. We're getting a manual, and then otherwise it's just gonna connect to our little hub, which is remarkably small. This thing can't, oh. There's not a lot to that. So our manual, there's a little power and a reset button on the back. It says fast con on it, and you get this tiny little power cable. The more I get these little hubs and things, the more I feel like it's really important to have the smart power bars with the USB ports. A lot of them you just leave on indefinitely. You can't really control them anyways, but then I don't have to buy all the little dongles, all the little USB dongles that most of these companies don't give us anymore. So I'm actually more and more enjoying that fact in my life. Now here's a smart bulb. It's, again, Bluetooth, 800 lumens bulb, full color, super light, like incredibly light. This stuff is, these are light, small products from Broadlink. Really interesting stuff. Would you guys like it if I cut one of these open and showed you what was in it? Would that be a fun kind of tutorial video? This one says T-Force. So clearly there's some force behind this, and it's definitely got some T in it. Pizza box throw. This is a smart button from ThirdReality, and I know they have big plans for this device. If you didn't see our review of their products before, they're really high quality, inexpensive Zigbee products. So this is a smart button. Looks kind of like a remote. It's going to be Zigbee, so it'll play with a bunch of different hubs. They've given you some magnetic stickers, which I really like that idea. That should happen more often. You know, they were smart enough here to fit that sticker right into a little slot that they made, so it will still sit relatively flush. You do get the standard stickers if you want them from these guys, and you get stickers to put on there that signify what the smart button does. Let's see what else they gave us. Now, the big plans that they told me about this was Amazon integration, so that would be another inexpensive way to start Amazon routines. What's this one? It's one they didn't tell me anything about. More magnet stickers, you know I'm gonna be happy then. Oh, it's got a little stand to it, you see that? I can't push that in. Feels, I already broke it. So I was about to say, feels a little less high quality on this stand here. It's not broken, but it pops out very easy. I can get that back in. Got a little button on the side for, I'm sure, switching between modes. And then inside, how nice of them to pack us a couple of AAA batteries. But let's look at this thing. So I just turned it on. You get to see it before I do. 22 down here. It's too hot today in Alberta. 64%. You can see how humid it is in here, and that feels very accurate actually. I'm going to compare this to another sensor. So both of those are joining the overall ThirdReality platform, and I really love how inexpensive they are. They're just giving us what we need on smart devices. So really enjoying what I'm seeing coming from this company. Wonder Labs. Oh, I know what this is. Fingers out of the way. If you weren't aware, SwitchBot has their new Plug Mini. This is their first HomeKit compatible product, and I talked about it with Davidson from SwitchBot. And, oh, I threw away their manual. You get a manual in there. I'll show you what else you get, but there's that HomeKit code for this plug mini. You can usually fit 2 of these across or on the same outlet. They've got a little button on the side. There's not much to talk about here other than, is this an energy monitoring plug? That's something I will find out and put on screen now. But if it's energy monitoring into Apple HomeKit and still provides you that good smart plug functionality, it's a really strong product to look at from SwitchBot. I'm breaking the law because it doesn't have my name on it. That's how I roll. Now, I gotta tell you, this video itself might be one of the most expensive ones that I produce. Why is that? Because every one of these packages, I get billed by, I don't even know who it is. This one says DHL. So DHL charges me 20 bucks. Where are we? I can't. Quit rapping. Wuuk. What's a Wuuk? Wuuk. I just gotta keep saying that. So this is called the Wireless Cam Pro Kit, and it's from a company called Wuuk. And I don't know who that is, but kind of interesting. Free to use, no monthly fee, it says right on here. Battery powered security cameras with a base station, which I assume is going to let us record to it in 2K resolution. 9600 milliamp hour high capacity batteries on each of these, 2-way audio talk, and it's built-in storage. So this could actually be a really good offering. Let's get the Wuuk open. I didn't even need my knife, which I'm a little disappointed in. Note to all you companies. We got some manuals. Nobody cares about manuals. Dropping the manuals. These feel nice. Yeah. Okay, nice, 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 yes, yes, yes. No, it was my attempted Austin Powers. Now for you kids, Austin Powers was the best show when we were growing up. And a pretty good speaker size right here, and I like the direction it's out. Pretty sure that's gonna have some kind of IR component under it, and we've got a little light and the camera lens itself, plus 3 microphone ports. The other thing I like here is on the back, we have a pretty standard tripod mount there. So we're gonna be able to set this up in a lot of different ways. Then there's the battery or the power on at the bottom. And that might be a little hard to plug in every once in a while, but there's a USB-C charging port on the bottom here, and that's a pretty well sealed, and it's concealed underneath, so I think that's going to be pretty good for water. I've got a second one. I'm going to leave the sticker on there so I can unbox it later for you. And oh, this is really light. There's nothing in this. Okay, so the base station, it seems to be kind of what you want to see here. USB on the back. I don't actually know what that before, other than charging. Then there's an Ethernet port, so that's great news. We have the power, and it says sync. But honestly, there's nothing to this base, so must be flash memory storage on there. Couldn't be anything else. So they give us some mounting hardware too. So you tighten down right there. That's super nice, right? Okay, it's tightened, and now I can screw that on. And I've got a Wuuk, a mountable Wuuk. Oh, we'll get that later. Mounting hardware for 2 of the mounts. I have 2 of the mounts. On top of that, I've got a plug-in, and I lost something back there, and I'm not gonna bother going to get it. But this would mean, because it's a 100 to 240 adapter, that you could just attach the different things, and then you would have your ability to plug in to the base. All done. They give you an Ethernet cable and your charging cable for these cameras. Gotta say, pretty nice packaging. We gotta see how it looks though. Yeskamo? Manual. I think it's pretty clear. We're opening a camera, with a solar panel. So this camera had a warning on the package that said, don't charge it under 0. There's a little tripod mount for this if you wanted to stick that up. Here you go, you got some little screws, some mounting hardware. It's a bullet type of camera. It's quite heavy. This is a heavy camera, not something super light and easy to install. You get another tripod mount for this. So you could kind of get a couple of tripods up there and get each component pointed in the right direction. Plus you have the little charging port. Now that is a micro USB in 2022, and it's a 1080p security camera with antenna that makes it look like an alien. And they are giving you some of the mounting hardware that you're gonna need. And this, I would assume, is just going on here. Is this even the right mount for this? I don't know. Color coding tells me that this is the right one for this mount. So I can unscrew this side, right, to get it to readjust it, and then I can tighten it up. Yeah, it's pretty strong. That's pretty strong. I think that'll hold, right? So now I can have the two components pointed in different directions. The only problem is that warning on the front said I can't charge this in under 0 degrees. So in Canada, where I live, that's pretty much 90% of the time. Ooh, yeah. Okay. So these are called sound Peats. I guess sound beats was taken, but anyways, you know, it was interesting when I've gone to CES and I've gone to see, you know, companies at trade shows and things like that. You didn't have to spend a lot on earbuds. In order to get good quality sound, you won't get all the features. And I think this is the kind of device that you do go a little bit cheaper on, unless you're so into the perfection behind, you know, the music that you're listening to, and then you're probably not even streaming anyways off of your phone. This is the smallest USB-C to USB-A cable I've ever seen. There are some additional earbud kind of sizes, and then I've got a manual, and then I've got to figure out how to get these open. Now they look nice. Look at how those look. Those are really great. And then we've got a little charging pad that was covered up here. I've already got an ear pad on. Let's try it. Now I can only hear half of myself. That's okay. They feel nice. Huh? What do you guys think? Just off the bat, I mean, those feel really nice. And I feel like I can get them pretty deep in there without them hurting. And they feel like they're gonna stay in. But yeah, actually, pretty nice sound Peats. Back into the case. Oh, I see I've got a charge on the case already. So I'm gonna have a listen. We're out of products, but I have a question for you. What did you like from today's video? What do you want to see reviews of or setup videos? What do you want to know more about from Automate Your Life? The other thing you're going to want to do is watch the video that's up on screen now, which is our previous unboxing video. A lot of you guys love that one because there's so many interesting products. So check that out. Otherwise, thanks for watching today. And of course, don't hate, automate.